Yep, so medicinal, iodine, TCP, rich, earth, dirt, funk, barnyard notes, and underneath all that weirdness, and that beautiful weirdness, some dried fruits, red fruits, and a bit of nuttiness, which I assume is all to do with the sherry cask. Wow, that earthiness is just something else. It really is. Really powerful. It's like sticking your face in a handful of dirt and just it's very unusual. Well, good day everybody, and welcome to my channel Whisky Journey. It's a little bit late tonight. I'm having quite a late night dram, so I have to keep it a little bit quiet because everybody else is sleeping. But yeah, tonight I'm going to be reviewing this bottle here in the middle. So this is a Ledaig 11-year-old, distilled in 2005 in a first of all sherry butt, and then released in 2017. So it's an 11-year-old. Bottle on my left will be my next single malt Scotch whisky review, and it's a classic bottle of Springbank 10. So yeah, onto this Ledaig. So I'll be honest, I can't even remember where I bought this from. It's been sitting in my cabinet now for, well, 6 years pretty much. I got it in 2017. As I say, I can't remember where I got it from. But yeah, Ledaig, definitely I would say probably one of the more underrated single malts. I've always been impressed with most of Ledaig's releases. And I think when I got this, I decided to get it because it was cask strength, and I think in that period, 2017, I was quite into smoky whiskies, especially with a bit of sherry influence. So I'm not going to go too much into the history or anything like that. We'll go straight into the tasting notes. This was a limited release. I think it was just under 400 bottles, maybe 391 bottles, so very limited. I don't know if you can get it anywhere now, but yeah, I think it's bottled at 56.4% ABV, so quite strong. But yeah, we'll just get straight onto the tasting notes then and see what we get. Right, so straight away on the nose, just what I like. It's medicinal. That sherry butt is not going to hide any of the smoky iodine notes that you get. So I'm getting TCP, iodine, there's smoke as well. It's funky, farmy, sort of. It reminds me when I drive home from work through the wee town that I stay in. You get that kind of calm in your smell, because when you have to drive through to where I live, it goes through fields basically, and you get that calm in your smell, very prominent in the summer. And although it's toned down in this dram, that's what I get. So that sort of manure funkiness. There's some earthiness. Lots of earth actually. Underneath all that TCP and earthiness and funk, you're getting some dry fruits, some red fruits, and some nuttiness as well. And a hint of leather. But really the sherry influence is completely obliterated by the distillate, in my opinion. It's bold and rich. I mean, the sherry just cannot break through the Ledaig distillate, in my opinion. Oh, it's very difficult in mine. This is a first full sherry butt as well. Right, so stunning nose. Exactly what I'm looking for. Let's have a wee try and see what we get. That finish. Long and spicy on the finish. Right, so let's get on to what we get on the palate first. So on the palate, nice and oily, coats the mouth. Initially you get definitely the sherry influence, so you're getting the red fruits and dry fruits. But then smoked meats, bacon, iodine, TCP, tad bitter, which leads into the finish. And for me, this is where the dram really shines, because it's extremely long and you're getting loads of notes that pop all the time on the palate. So TCP, iodine, earth. There's almost like there's an industrial note, that almost like a mix of steel and copper, that just kind of sticks on the tongue. It's quite strange, different. Almost a mineral character there as well. Almost reminds me of Springbank slightly. There's some pebbles, cardboard, and almost like, as I said on the initial palate as well, smoked meats, bacon. It's quite dirty, earthy. It's quite intense. But it's that finish, as I say, that's the most intense part of this. And now as I'm sitting here, sweet leather, very sweet leather, right at the end of the finish, that just keeps on giving. It's a very interesting dram, and very different from the likes of like Laphroaig or Ardbeg, and especially those Islay distilleries. This one has I would say more smoke than anything else, rather than peat. Barbecue. It reminds me of having a barbecue at the beach, because I'm also getting some fishy notes as well, coastal notes. Anyway, it's highly enjoyable. Let's have another wee nose and see if there's anything that's changed. I highly doubt it though, but let's see. Yep, so medicinal, iodine, TCP, rich, earth, dirt, funk, barnyard notes, and underneath all that weirdness, and that beautiful weirdness, some dried fruits, red fruits, and a bit of nuttiness, which I assume is all to do with the sherry cask. Wow, that earthiness is just something else. It really is. Really powerful. It's like sticking your face in a handful of dirt and just it's very unusual. I mean, I get dirt from the likes of Kilkerran and Springbank, but I think this is on a slightly different level. It's a definitely more powerful level, I think. All right, let's have one last sip. So again, oily arrival, red fruits, dry fruits, but then that sherry note, those sherry notes just get obliterated by smoke, smoked meats, barbecued meats, medicinal, iodine, TCP, quite drying and spicy finish initially, which is the sherry, I'm assuming, but then long finish again, TCP, iodine, cardboard, copper, smoked meats, leather. The leather notes for me take a while to come in, but it's really interesting because my tongue now is just, all I can taste is the smoke and the smoked meats. But then that sweet leather just suddenly comes in and just gives it, it just makes it more interesting for me. And again, I'm assuming that's also to do with the sherry cask. So whilst the distillate remains bold and strong, you still get some influence from the sherry cask. But in my opinion, that's the way you want to have your whiskey. I mean, it's just my opinion, but I think you want to have the distillate shining. You want to be able to taste the distillate before anything else. And I think this is a really good example of how the distillate, even though it's matured in a first full sherry butt, the distillate still remains powerful and strong and is the main center of attention rather than the sherry. I think this is a really, really good bottle. I think that the nose and the finish are my favorite parts. The palate is okay, it's very good, but it's the initial nose and the finish. The finish is just outstanding on this one, stunning. If I could get another bottle of this, I probably would get one, but I don't know if you can really get it anymore. And if you did, I don't know what you'd pay for it. But yeah, that finish is still going on, guys. It's just loads of iodine, barbecued meats, smoked meats, some minerals and cardboard. It's quite dirty. It's funky and dirty and very interesting. I can't say I've had too many other drams that are like this. And I think that makes Ledaig quite unique. It's very different to what other distilleries you'll get, especially the Islay distilleries. I mean, I love all the distilleries in Islay. I think they all bring something to the party and they're all very interesting. But this particular bottle is just very different to anything else. It's just got that dirtiness that I really like, and reminds me of Campbelltown a lot, really, to be honest, because the influence is definitely more smoke. I don't really get peat on this, it's smoke more than anything else, and barbecue notes. But yeah, a really great bottle that you should definitely seek out if you can. As I said, it would be quite difficult to get, but if you see it at a decent price, maybe 60, 70 quid, definitely give it a shot. Okay, so anyway, guys, that's my review of the Signatory bottling of Ledaig 11-year-old first full sherry butt at 56.4%. And this will be my next review, which will be the Springbank 10-year-old classic bottle that you guys all know already, I assume. Okay, so as always, guys, please like, comment and subscribe to the channel if you wish. But otherwise, there's nothing else to say except have a fantastic day. And I'll see you all again soon. So take care. Cheers.